going to be talking about cascading. And cascading is a function of foreign keys. You can't have cascading without a foreign key. And in past lessons, we've talked about foreign keys or relationships forcing a constraint between two tables. Specifically, if I look at the listing table, which we worked with recently, I said the way to look at this is we can't insert a value into the listing table station ID unless the value already exists in the station table station ID. Same thing for genre. Whatever value I put into the genre ID must already exist in the genre table genre ID. We can prove that by going over here and trying to change a genre or a station to 99. It's going to error out. And the same thing will happen for station here. It won't. It actually works in a different direction as well. Notice we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. here as station ID 4. If I go to station and I try to delete station ID 4, it won't let me delete it. Again, the reason is if I delete station ID 4 here, well, we're left in a violated state because now we have a 4 here and a 4 is not in that station table. So it works on both sides of the table. However, in perhaps a development environment, you may want to sometimes delete lots of data without having to fumble through foreign keys or even update data. And there is a feature there called cascading that I want to show you. You go to listings and go to relations. I'm going to go ahead and drop these two foreign keys, and I'm going to recreate them again from the station ID to the station table station ID. Again, whenever you're creating foreign keys, whichever column is in the references section here, this column must be a primary key. And at this point we know in the station table there's only two. It won't even show you the string, the varchar, but there's only two columns there, station name and station ID. Because we already selected an integer here, it'll only show us integers here. However, here's what's different. On update and on delete, we're going to set both of them to cascade. And you can set one or the other. You don't have to set both, but for this example, we're going to set both of them. And I'm going to hit add, and then we're going to add another one back for that genre ID. And again, I'm going to set these both to cascade. There are a few other options here, which some are depreciated. We really don't use restricted much anymore. And set to null, I haven't used really ever. But set them to cascade. And you can see up in here, it does say on update and on delete cascade. Okay, so how does this change? What have we changed? Okay, if we go to listing now and I go to content, I know that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on 4. And if I go over here to the station table and I see there's a 4 here, I'm going to try to change this now to 99. Normally, this would go ahead and leave it in a violated state, meaning there's already values in the listing table that point to that 4. But because we have cascading on update, it'll let me do it. It lets me make that change. However, here's what happened. Go back to the listing table, every place that was 4 was now updated to 99. And we can do the same thing with genre. If I make action adventure, I don't know, 200, if we go back to that listing table, all of action adventure genre IDs have been changed to 200. It updates across the foreign key, the relation, to preserve those foreign keys. It makes sure they're valid. Now that's the update version. The other one we did, which was cascade on delete, is actually quite dangerous. Here's what I mean. I'm going to go over now to the genre table, and I'm going to say that we no longer carry sports. I know, what a crime. So if I click over to genre and I try to delete this row, previously it gave me an error. Because cascading is on delete, it lets me do it. But instead of an update, if we go over to the listing table now, notice we're skipping from 7 to 8. Sports Center, which was in the genre of sports, is deleted. So the delete command not only deleted from the genre table, but then it went up to the listing table. I'm going to go back and open up this ER diagram, which we downloaded in the beginning of the course. And the reason why we don't turn cascading on delete is because if I was able to gain access, or maybe, I don't know, you have a new intern, and he accidentally types delete from users, and all of your foreign keys have cascading delete turned on, what's going to happen? Well, we're going to delete from users, but that delete's going to go all the way down and delete from user address. It's going to delete from user email. It's going to delete from user vehicle, user DVD. It's going to delete from orders. And you can't really have an order ID without an order, so it's going to delete from here. So by running one statement, this delete is going to spider throughout your foreign keys and pretty much delete a large portion of your data, which makes it very dangerous. So the rule is whenever we use cascading, we can use it on update. It is a function of foreign keys. You'll see it here, and here's the only place. But if you're going to use it on delete, only use it in a testing environment. Production is something that is out publicly available. Production is usually referred to like your company's website or your client's website, the one that's making him money or her. That's the one you don't want to go ahead and have disappear tomorrow. I mean, testing environments you can play with, and when you're done testing, you can throw them away. You know, maybe upgrade your code, maybe throw away your changes, that's fine. But when you get to the point where you're pushing stuff into production, meaning the real world, you don't want to have cascading deleting on. So, thank you.